If you wanted to destroy a country, if you really wanted to plow its fields under with salt, you would teach kids in school to hate their own country and to hate one another based on the color of their skin. That's happening everywhere all of a sudden. No one seems willing to do anything about it. Senator Josh Hawley of Missouri is going to try. He's proposed something called the Love America Act. It would require every K-12 school and school district that gets federal funding to ensure that students read the nation's founding documents. That would include the Declaration of Independence, the Constitution, the Pledge of Allegiance, we hope the Bill of Rights, the basics, which in many cases they're not reading. Senator Josh Hawley joins us tonight. Senator, thanks so much for coming on. I'm sure you're going to be mocked for this. You're not supposed to notice that they're wrecking the country, starting with our kids. Tell us why you think this is necessary.
Well, the misinformation that the left is spreading, Tucker, across our schools and to our kids, saying America is a racist country, that we're systemically evil. This is not true. This is a great nation. We're a nation of liberators. It's time to reclaim that and to teach our children who we are, who they are. And that's why my bill would say, listen, if a school district gets federal money, you've got to teach kids the basic truth about the country, the Constitution, the Bill of Rights, the Declaration, Pledge of Allegiance. These are the things, the documents that express the ideals that unite us as Americans. You've got to replace the lies with the truth. And that's what I'm trying to do.
It's a little bit like the Tet Offensive, it feels like. It's like you wake up and all of a sudden the enemy is inside the perimeter and you're completely surrounded. And like, how did they get there? Do you wish conservatives had paid closer attention to what the schools at every level, including higher ed, were teaching, rather than spending all their time trying to get John Roberts on the court? I mean, in retrospect, should we have paid closer attention?
You know, it's true that this critical race theory, which has been bubbling up for decades now, Tucker, in academia, has definitely infiltrated our schools. I mean, it's come from the academics and come down through, in many instances, teachers, colleges, into our schools. And now, as you say, it really is everywhere. I mean, it's in my state of Missouri. It's everywhere. And parents are saying, we don't want this. And for good reason, because it's not true. It's misinformation. It's lies. But again, you can't beat lies with nothing. You got to beat it with the truth. And that's why it's time for conservatives to boldly say, this is a nation of liberators. This is a great nation. Let's teach our kids the truth, which, by the way, is what unites us as Americans. The truth is what we stand on together.
And compared to what? I mean, compare the American Revolution to the Haitian Revolution. Read about both of them for 20 minutes and see which you prefer. What happens to a country whose kids are taught to hate it over time?
Well, what happens is, Tucker, they lose faith in who they are. They don't know who they are. And ultimately, we can't continue our democracy. I mean, our experiment in democracy depends on a generation that loves this country, that knows who they are, and is willing to have the faith to fight for it and to extend that great experiment into the future. And that's what this is about. We've got to teach kids who we really are as Americans and to reclaim that truth about our identity.
I mean, it's kind of a matter of national survival. I mean, what's the point of having a country if nobody running it believes in it, sincerely?
Yeah, that's exactly right. I mean, it's a matter of who we are as Americans, and it's about our ability to continue and to extend our great experiment in democracy. And at the end of the day, the left is trying to divide this nation. I mean, that's what they're doing here. They're trying to divide us. What unites us is the truth about who we are. So let's learn our history. I'm not afraid of our history. Let's teach students our history. Let's teach them to love this nation, and they'll be ready to lead this nation in the future.
That's exactly right. Senator Josh Hawley of Missouri, thanks so much for coming on tonight. I appreciate it.
Thank you.